Tuesday, July 31st. First day of football season, yeah! This is Bruce Leonard Leans Left, while it's still legal. It's still legal today, I believe. Hopefully it'll stay legal during football season. I wait all year for this shit. So something can control my emotions. At least for a couple days. Good afternoon. And you see I'm wearing my Bengals jersey because it is officially football season. The Hall of Fame game's tonight now. No one gives a shit about that game. Nobody's going to play in it. Well, they might play like one series, or the starters might take like 3 snaps and not get a first down and punt the ball. And then all the scrubs will come in. Preseason football is the worst. But anyway, I wanted to warn you that it is football season, which means that on Tuesdays we will be doing a recap of the games of the week. I mean, I'm not going to make the whole show about football, but I can't have a show and not talk about football because I love fucking football. It's like, it's the one thing. What's up, Ken? It's the one thing I look forward to all year. At least on Sundays, half of the year, I can enjoy myself. I really forget about everything when I'm watching football. I will not think about Donald Trump for 1 second. It'll be great. Tomorrow is Tariff Day, if you don't know. Trump's deadline for his tariffs to kick in, and they are going to kick in. I mean, at least for some. I think it's a 90-day pause. China, I think he already 90-day paused Mexico. But the tariffs are coming on. Now, here's the gig. I see all these Republicans on TV taking a victory lap because there hasn't been a recession and all these things haven't happened. But also what hasn't happened is his tariffs really haven't been on. Like not the way they're going to be on tomorrow if he doesn't chicken out again and pull back. You're talking about 25% tariff on India, 50% on Brazil because he wants them to stop going after the Brazilian Trump who tried to overthrow the government. I don't know what day they had it, but they had a date, January 6th. And of course it was unsuccessful, just like Trump. But this guy, the government's going after him, and they're going to try to put him in jail, which is what we should have done to Trump, but we didn't because, like I said, the system's too weak. Same as these tariffs. Like, he shouldn't really be able to make these tariffs without Congress, approval. The tariff authority resides with Congress. But he doesn't care about that, and the nutlickers don't care. They're just rubber stamping any unqualified jerk off that he puts up there for anything. I told you about that guy Emil Bove. They confirmed him to a lifetime appointment on the Federal Appeals Court, which means they vote for fascists every single time. Now, I think it's a appeals court, which means there's a panel of judges. So he's only one of however many are there. But he's going to rubber stamp he's a nutlicker. And now he's there for life. So if we get Vance or some jerk off after Trump, he'll just rubber stamp anything he wants to do too. No, I don't think that'll happen because I'm pretty sure if this doesn't happen, they know they're going to lose the election. That's why they're down there in Texas trying to redraw the map and take all the Democrats out and add 5 seats for Republicans in Texas. So Gavin Newsom's like, you know what, I want to do that too. And now all these Democrat states are going to do it. And they have more people, so they have more seats. See, they don't think long term ever about the shit they're doing, and or either that or they thought that the Democrats were too pussies that they wouldn't fight back. But I think that a lot of Democrats, being led by Gavin Newsom, now Gavin Newsom is not perfect. He's done questionable shit, and he's a politician, so he's made a lot of mistakes trying to like butter up to uh, try to figure out how you can get more votes. He started having some right wingers on his podcast and started like agreeing with them on things, certain things. And now here's the deal. Personally, I don't believe that there should be a litmus test. Like if I disagree with Gavin Newsom on a certain issue, it doesn't mean I don't like the guy. Like because in general he's on our team, right? I mean, he's a pretty leftist guy, and he's all about the America that we had before, before whatever this is. I don't know what this is. It's definitely something that I've never experienced. I've never in my life thought that I would see mass dudes just kidnapping people. Now it's not white people, of course, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be frightened. Because once people start doing shit like that, it's only a matter of time. I said before they start grabbing up other people, whoever they don't like. Now we've gotten lucky in that, like the Mahmoud Khalil situation, they lost. They had to give him up eventually, but he spent over 100 days in custody. But now he's out and he's suing them for millions of dollars, which he should get. What they did to him was totally illegal. They went after him for his constitutionally protected speech. These are the free speech people. Always remember at all times. These are the free speech people who are arresting people for speaking. I don't know. We're off the rails. We gotta cut spending. We gotta doge all the government employees. We gotta cut down the spending. But then today they're gonna build a $200 million ballroom in the White House. And Trump says the taxpayer's not gonna pay for it. He's gonna pay for it and some other private donors. And I'm like, do you believe that? I don't believe a fucking word he says. That's how you're going to pay for it. He's going to use that tariff money, which I explained to you last show. It's your money. He can keep saying all he wants, how much money the tariffs are bringing in. Like, they're not bringing in any money. He's taking money from people and saying, look at all this money. It's a Ponzi scheme. I mean, basically, he's definitely not bringing in money. It's like, dude, the money was here. Who paid the tariffs? The importers. The fucking Ford. That's why GM lost $1 billion. They're paying tariffs. And here's the deal. Here's why there hasn't been a recession. Scott Jennings was on TV last night. He had a heart on, man. He was like, oh, you all said there was going to be a recession. And it's like, none of this stuff has really happened. It's been a bunch of talk. Now it's going to happen. He's putting tariffs on all these countries. And they don't even have any deals. And the deals they do have are totally suspect. It's like 15%. Like he said for Korea today. Korea get a 15% tariff, and they're going to give me, he keeps saying, and they're going to give me $600 billion to invest in America however I want. And every time he says this, every country he says that goes, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. We're not giving him $500 billion. Now, we did agree to the 15% tariff. For all the rest of that shit, and none of it's on paper. It's all like him on the phone with somebody. All right, then. Here's how it goes, I bet. He goes, I'm going to put a 47% tariff on your country. And they go, no, please, please don't. We'll pay 15%. And he goes, all right, that sounds good. Thank you. And he hangs up the phone. And he goes to Truth Social and goes, they agreed to 15%. And they're going to give me $900 billion. And they go, I don't know where the $900 billion part came from. We said 15% tariff. And I explained to you last time. It's like, his deals are, they get a 50% tariff on everything they said here. And we get no tariffs on stuff we send them. Which means they get the cheap shit. And we pay 15%. That's it. And he's like, oh, I'm helping people. Prices are going up, they already said. Washing machines, things like that, they come from other countries, bro. All your electronics, all these things, they come from India, they come from China, they come from... Those prices are going up. There's at least a 15% tariff on everybody. This tariff level, they said, is the highest since before World War II. During the Great Depression, when the Smoot-Hawley thing, if you don't know anything about that, the same thing. There were some idiots that, like Trump, that thought tariffs were the way out, the way out of it. Our budget problem. I know how to get out of this budget problem. How's that? We tax ourselves. Yes, that'll get us out of the hole. What's up, John? Yeah. I don't know how it works. I still don't know how it works. And I don't know how anybody else can say they know how it works. Because they don't. They every day. The hardest job in the world right now is being a Republican pundit. Because every day they go on TV and they say a bunch of shit. And the next day, Trump just does something completely different. And then they have to go back on TV and pretend like this is all part of the plan. There ain't no plan. He ain't got a plan. There was there today. He's mad at Brazil, right? There was just they were going to get the same thing, 15% tariff or whatever everybody else is going to get, right? But all of a sudden he got mad at them because they're going after his friend. And he was like, oh, you can't go after my friend? That 50% tariff? And so, here's the deal. If you made a deal with this guy, right? 15% tariff. And then you do something that he doesn't like. Deal's off. He can raise it up at any time. At his whim. Because he doesn't... It's not a normal situation. This guy's insane. That's why the deals aren't on paper. Because they're like, it's like a deal with like Darth Vader when he was like, I altered the deal. Pray I don't alter it further. It's like, that's how it is deal with Trump. Not that Trump is Darth Vader, because Darth Vader is a badass. Trump is a fucking clown. It's like, it's like Orange Vader. It's like, this is weird. I didn't see the video, but somebody said that they had recovered that minute of video from the missing from the Epstein tape, and it was a mysterious orange shape. Yes, John. John says the saddest part of it all is the truth of what he's doing. The real evil he's perpetrating. Doesn't matter the people who voted him in, they still think he's fucking Jesus. Yes. To the point of covering up for pedophilia. It's like, they're like, well, Well, yeah, sure, he was friends with the biggest sex trafficking pedophile ever in the history of the world, but for 15 years. But that doesn't. We don't need to look into that. The truth is, they got conned. It's the biggest con job in the history of the world. Well, maybe besides Hitler. For sure, I don't think Hitler was the con job. Because Hitler told him what he was going to do. I always wondered about that. You know, can you imagine being just a guy in Germany, you know, and your friends like, hey man, I saw this really fucking, you know, interesting dude speak the other night. You should go and check him out. You go, okay, you know, and he goes, and that the thing was, a lot of the stuff he was saying at the time was, you know, things, legitimate things. He was like, we got fucked over at Treaty of Versailles, which they did. He was like, we need to bring a manufacturer back. We need to get everyone a job. And you know, yeah, cool. And then he was like, and then we need to burn all the Jews. And then, and the guy in the back's like, never heard him. He's like, man, I'm really into what he's saying. But wait, what was that last part? What did he say? He wanted to burn all the Jews. He wanted to gas all the Jews. And his friend's like, no. He said he's going to make the Jews buy your gas. Oh, okay. I'm for him. Or you just said, you know, well, I want all that other stuff. He's going to burn Jews. You know, I'm not Jewish. I want a job. Yeah. I've always wondered how does it happen, and then like you're watching it happen now, right in front of you. This is how it happens. There are people online. I can't even hardly go anymore though. It's so like takes away all of my hope and respect for the human race. To see people celebrate how these people are being treated simply for being in the country. You know, like dishwashers and construction work, roofers, you know, cooks. It's like, yeah, drag them down the alligator track, yeah. It's like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck happened to us? The people are like, yeah, they deserve it. Should he come here legally? It was like, yeah, they got him at the courthouse when he was at his legal hearing. Oh, what? These aren't criminals. I saw a chart today. Like I said, it's less than 10% criminals that they have rounded up. The rest of these people are just people, man. They're not a threat to you at all. These people are like, oh yeah, forget them. It's unbelievable. And it come to find out, I haven't seen the video, but my friend said this big brawl that everybody's talking about downtown. You know, all the videos you see, it's after the brawl started. You know, no one really knew or said how it started. And they said there was a video, there's a white guy but like slaps this black guy and starts to fight. Who knows what he said? And all of a sudden, there's a big fight. And then everybody goes, look at the animal black people! It's like, what is... This is a racist country, bro. I'm sorry. I grew up here. I grew up here. Right here. Right where that fight happened, less than 10 miles from my house. I could go down about 3 or 4 miles down, park my car, walk across the bridge, I'll be right there. And I know what these people are. I fucking grew up here. I'm gonna tell you a story. It is a true story, but I'm not gonna say it because uh, it's not necessary. But I bought a car right from these guys. I knew these guys, and they're fucking good old boys. But they drop the N word like it's nothing. It's just like a fucking part of their regular vocabulary. Anyway, so I used to go to make my car payment to their little lot. It's in Norwood. Um, so I go there, and they were. I guess that somebody was buying a car or something. So there was people in the office. So they had like a couch outside. Their office is like it was like an old house. Yes, the black dude did beat him down, John. Yes. Actually, it started a big brawl, and there was like a shitloads of everybody was fighting. And then some horrible shit happened, like a guy punched a woman, which was never fucking cool. And I'm not defending these people at all, but I'm saying to just see some tape and go, look at the animal black people, you're a fucking racist. You don't even care to find out what really happened to how this started. But anyway, back to my story. So I go there to pay my car payment. They got people in the office. It's like an old house. So there's a porch, and they had a couch on the porch. So I go out and I sit on the couch, and they had this black guy that worked for him. He detailed cars and helped them. They changed oil in the cars and things. So this black guy, he worked for him. So I'm sitting there, the door's open, and he comes up and he's sitting there with me, and we're just kind of chit chatting, and they're all in there carrying on, this and that and the other, and then they're telling stories, and he starts telling this story. He's like, oh yeah, we were down here and blah blah blah, and this N word this and this N word that, and we told that N word blah blah, and this black guy sitting out there with me, he works for these people. I could not help but think, like, man, this is what these people live through all the fucking time, and the things that they have to just ignore. Because he needs a job, and they weren't bad people. That's what I'm saying. Like, but still, it's like it's so racist. It's just ingrained in the culture. And for black people, the same thing. It's ingrained for them to just keep their head down and accept it. Now, some of them don't, but a lot of them do because they have to. In Alabama, it was even worse. I said, I was in Alabama. I went in there was two guys shooting pool in this bar. And I go in the bathroom, take a piss, and on the wall, it was carved in the wall, like with a knife. It wasn't just written on the wall. It was carved in the wall. It said, die, N-words, die. And you're like, man, these people got to hang out here. They live here. Around people like that. It's not working still. And it's weird because it worked the first day. And my channel says 3 out of 3, which means it's streaming there. So why isn't that on? I don't know. No one knows who I am anyway. And you were on it the first day. You were commenting from there. So I don't know what the Twitch. I don't know. So I can't look up. I don't know what the bit rate is. 9133 kilobytes per second. That's what it says. Yes, John says, Cleo says we lived through all that shit once already. Can't imagine what he's thinking. Yes. I can't either. I was just telling that story to somebody the other day. Like, remember when Cleo first married that guy and the family wouldn't even talk to him? They wouldn't even. Right? They were fucking disowned for a while. And then at the end, they're like, oh, he's great. They let him put the flag on Grandpa's grave and everything. Because everyone always figures out over time that you're fucking, it's dumb. Most people are just people, man. Now there are some assholes. There's assholes of every color and every race. There's assholes in the world. Period. But like to just look at somebody and go, they're a fucking black, brown. It doesn't matter what the color they are. I've met Mexican dudes that hardly spoke any English at all, and like we can barely communicate. We're still cool. It's like it's unbelievable. You figure out how to communicate. He's talking, oh, me walk, me go, and he could tell a story after a while if you talk to him enough. Most people you talk to them, they're just fucking people, man. Racism and prejudice is dumb. It doesn't make any sense. A lot of the things, I guess, it goes back to what I was saying before, is that we hold on to these fucking outdated, like, our tribal instincts. Like, tribal instincts are it's what we needed, when we were living in the jungle. We're not living in the jungle anymore. It's the modern world. It's like, and there's a lot of people. Back then, there wasn't that many people. And the people that there were, they were always fighting. Like, you got to worry about, like I said before, like the other village come rolling over the hill trying to take your shit. Like, that's how the world worked. It ain't like that anymore. Like, we're at the point now where, like I said, we need to get to a Star Trek universe where the human race goes, hey, man, we only got one planet, and we got to save ourselves, all of us. We're not doing that. They're getting rid of all the climate shit now. They still deny it. Massive floods and fires. They said it was just a lightning strike yesterday. It was 500 miles long. Never been seen before. Across multiple states. One bolt of lightning. Like, something is happening. And I'm pretty sure it's because the climate is changing. John says, he stood up to my family. He was respected. He looked at Mark and said, I killed 27 men in combat. What do you have? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But then they figured out he was a cool guy. It's after that, it's like, why does that have to be so fucking... Like, she just been like, this is my boyfriend, and that's the end of the story. It's like, nope, gotta make a big deal out of it. Like, why? What do you mean? He's black. What? Nothing gets rid of people's prejudice faster than a mixed baby. Tell you that right now. There you go. That fucking guy is a fucking asshole, man. And then she gets pregnant and has a baby. Oh, look at that sweet baby. It's like, yes, it's a human being. So is he. Take your fucking dumbass racist goggles off. It's like, it doesn't make any sense, man. Like I said, that doesn't mean that there aren't assholes. There are. And there are black people who would never accept a white person. They hate us, And I've always said, at least they got a fucking reason. Like, we hate them for no reason. We ain't got no reason. And what's the reason? He's black. Yeah, and? Well, that means, what does that mean? Well, it's like, yes. They're just people, bro. Like anybody else. Dad used to take me out in them parks all the time. We played basketball. That's all he ever did is play basketball. See, if I had to go with my dad, but I'm going with my dad to the park because he's going to play basketball. It's not like he stopped doing what he was doing for me. He was like, I was going to play with the kids. I'm going to play basketball. And you be in the black park with all the black kids. And you realize they're just like me. That's the other part of it that I don't understand. Is that I've always been able to integrate with the black people and hang out with them and shit. They love me. They respect me. A guy ran Dirty Jack was. We had hip hop shows all the time. It was half the time it was a black club. I never had no problems with it. I always got along fine with them. It's like maybe you're just an asshole. Hey, you're on. Maybe you're just an asshole. Oh, they don't like me. Yeah, because you're a dick. Like, I see you, Questel. It works. Can you see the show? That's the real. That's the real question. She's like, no, I'm chatting on a black screen. Like, I love you guys, man. If it wasn't for you, I'd just be talking to myself. Says I'm live. You get the message. It's just an error code on the video. All right, cool. It's weird because you saw me the first time, and I even have view numbers. Not a lot, but like there's a couple. There's a few. There's like a few people watch on the Twitch. They don't have to become an affiliate with them. You only need to get like 35 followers and like a few hours to watch. It's not like YouTube where it's like 500 followers and 1,000 watch hours in 30 days. You're like, damn, it's a lot. Like, okay, I'll try. My show is still growing on YouTube. Thank you for everybody that watches. The other day, the show I did the other day, I got behind. I don't know how I got behind. Oh, I was doing a bunch of stuff. And then I got behind, so I didn't make any clips. I didn't clip that show or share it at all. And then that episode that I didn't click or share went up to 50 views. I'm like, maybe I should stop clipping so much. And my click, when you watch a short, if you don't click away from it, it just keeps playing the video that you cut it from. So my click away rate went up too. It was like 20% in the beginning, and now it's like 35%. So more people are watching. More people are. They watch a short and then they stay on for a little while and see what's going on. And my actual watch time has went up as well. Like the average is, of course, nobody watches the whole fucking hour except for you guys who are always here. But the people coming in and out, like I said, they've been watching. And I said that number has been going up too. So the show is working. It's growing. But I don't know. Like I said, what you got to do to like kickstart it. What? No, I have YouTube Studio. It gives me all the analytics from YouTube, and then the other channels have their own analytics. So you have to add them all together. Like if you like I said, I was averaging like 50 viewers on Facebook before I got fucking shit canned for 30 days again. No, I'm not. I can stream as long as I want, John. That's what my mom said. But I'm like, an hour is enough. Nobody wants to see me for 3 hours. The Rogan shows are too long. I mean, it's different too because he usually has a guest. Like if I had Daniele or somebody with me, I could go more than an hour easily because we'd be talking back and forth. It's easier to do that. When you're sitting here by yourself, it's like, dude, no one wants to see me going on and on for 2.5 hours. I'm doing a Cory Booker 24-hour marathon. Sit down here and just keep talking for 24 hours straight. I think an hour is enough. But anyway, I said I was averaging like 50 viewers on Facebook. And then, like I said, I'm up to my YouTube views been, like I said, another 10. people watch, and I don't know how many people watch on Twitch or if it even works from what Questel's been saying. I guess I need to turn it on my phone next time and check it out, see if it's working. I haven't really logged in. I have to download the app and everything because I haven't used my phone. I joined Twitch from the computer. And I know nothing about Twitch. But anyway, Facebook has their own analytics, and then Twitch has their own analytics. So what you have to do is, I could broadcast past highlights. I have a lot of, there's a lot of, every video I've made is saved on YouTube. I can download it at any time and rebroadcast it. But what's the point of that? It's like, we're here to talk about what's happening right now. Right now it's about to be a boring ass Hall of Fame game. But I'm still excited only because it means football season's really here. Yeah, no, that's what I mean. I had to turn my phone on and test that. But, yeah, if I could just, no, that's why I do shorts. I cut my show into YouTube shorts. And in the days that I'm not broadcasting, I share those. And I put them all over. I put them on YouTube, obviously, but then I save them to my phone, and I put them on Instagram. And I have my Instagram set up now, so when I share my video on Instagram, it posts to Facebook at the same time. So that knocks out two things at once. And then I go to TikTok and I put them all on there because I just started TikTok. After all these years. And I have not turned on the TikTok and looked at it. Because I ain't trying to fall down that TikTok black hole. I've seen it. I've seen TikTok change people. I'm not kidding either. They go down these TikTok black holes of the fake news and the misinformation, and then they come out back, talk to you. Wow, dude, I saw this on the TikTok. And they take it all serious. You're like, dude, you can't take everything you see serious on YouTube or TikTok. I thought we've been through this. YouTube's done a pretty good job of trying to scrub, misinformation where they can. It's not as bad as it used to be, for sure, on YouTube. But there's still black holes all over the place. You can fall down them. Just like flat Earth and Pizzagate. QAnon's the worst. This is how you know. Like I said, just watch how they've been reacting to this Epstein thing. Like, I'm going to retract what I said before about it being a psychological experiment, that how much shit people would take before they admitted that they're wrong. And I'm going to tell you that they're not going to tell you that they're wrong, ever. Because the fact that they're trying to back off of this Epstein thing for Trump tells you that it's a cult. And even pedophilia isn't drawing a line for them. Trump said, I swear to God, Trump said that he stopped being friends with Jeffrey Epstein because he stole this girl from worked in his spa, right? The girl was 15. Why is a 15-year-old girl working in a spa at Mar-a-Lago? Nobody's asked that question. Ghislaine Maxwell met her and took her away. And she became like the most famous witness for, again, Epstein's. And then she committed suicide in 2019, I think. I don't know the exact year that she committed suicide, but she committed suicide. That's what they said. Even though it was a post, she had posted on her own thing, like, I'm not suicidal, and if anything happens to me, well, she committed suicide. But anyway, why is a 15-year-old girl working in Mar-a-Lago? And why is Trump so angry that he stole her from him, he says? What the hell? And nobody finds this the least bit peculiar. I don't get it. Seems peculiar to me. And the fact that he remembered her name, everything. This is years ago. You know, Trump's got all this shit going on. He remembers that girl. Why do you think that is? And he was friends with him after that. So the story is bullshit. It's some story that he invented. I don't know why you would think it would make him look better. It'd be like, well, you were still friends with him for years after that. And it was in a magazine talking about, oh, he likes young women. And where's the files? Can't see him. A lot of Trump in them files. That's what I think. He don't want you to see it. Now, whether or not it says that he did something horrible, or just says that he was hanging around being creepy, you know, like either way, it don't look good for him, does it? But the fact that these people will just blow this off. If I was a hoax, it's... What is it? Democrats put all that stuff in there about me, right? And then didn't do nothing. It's like the newest story. Did you hear this? Cash Patel. This is no shit. This is true. Cash Patel claims that he was just wandering around his office in the FBI and he found a secret room where they had papers. These papers were in a bag they call a burn bag, which is where they put papers when they want to just burn them and get rid of them, right? But these papers were in a burn bag, but weren't burnt. They're supposedly from like the Obama era. And this proves that everything I've been saying. It's like a Terry Gilliam film at this point. It's fucking off the chain. You couldn't write this shit. It's just like that. Like, oh, they fabricated a bunch of evidence against me, and then they didn't do anything with it. And they left it here for me to find. Yes, John, there are pictures of him with his daughter around Epstein's, yes. Yes. There's lots of pictures of him with Epstein. I said he was friends with him for 15 years. That's why I find it unbelievable that that's one of the things that he tried to use to help himself politically. It's like, you would think that you would never bring that up. And I never noticed it, did I? No, in their fervor to go after the Epstein files, they left out the inconvenient little detail that he was best friends with the guy. Yeah, so Johnson's only took cash 7 months to write all that shit. Yeah. Not even that, but the story itself. Like, there's a secret room. We had a burn bag full of shit that they didn't burn. And just left it there for him to find. It's like, really? Because that's what they would do, because they're fucking stupid. But Obama and the people that worked for him, they weren't stupid. If they did some shit, they're not going to leave the fucking... They would have burnt them papers. Or they would have got the bag when they left. They're just going to leave it there. What about that bag of papers we were supposed to burn, but we didn't? Just leave it. No one will find it. It's in the secret room. It's like the old Batman show where like Cash Patel is wandering around and he leans up on a puts his hand on a bust or something, and the head goes, and there's a button. It's like, oh, what's this button? It's like, whoa, it's a secret room. It's unbelievable. And did he take anyone to show them this secret room? No. You're supposed to just take them at their word. And people do. Which is even more astounding. But again, you gotta understand, it's a whole machine. It sounds crazy. When you say it out loud, you sound insane. But this is what the world has turned into. You say, there's a machine, right? And they make up this story, and they go, hey, this is the story we're going with. Cash found a secret room, and they call whoever they call, and they go, here's the story we're going with. Cash found a secret room with a burn bag in it that they didn't burn. And these are the papers that prove Obama committed a treason. And they go, get that out now. And they go, okay. And then they call the Charlie Kirks and the Benny Johnsons and the fucking the Tim Pools. And they go, this is what you're going to talk about. You're going to tell about the secret room in the papers. And they call Fox News. This is what you're going to run with. And then they call whoever runs these fucking bot farms. And they go, turn the bots on. It's secret room. And all the bots go on Facebook and shit, and they go on all the Fox News sites and all that shit, and they start commenting, because if you go through these comment threads, you can see these bots. They go, it's word for word almost. With all kinds of different pictures and names. It seems like there's regular people commenting, but they're not. It's a brainwash machine. It's like, that's what I mean about, they invented the internet, and then they did not invent any guardrails. Like, that shit should be illegal. So he's running a bot farm that's trying to brainwash people with comments on social media. That should be illegal. They should shut that down and arrest whoever did it and put them into prison, so that people learn not to do it. Because it's fucking dangerous. You're talking about mass brainwashing. This is why we're here now. Because there's a machine. And Rupert Murdoch can run the Wall Street Journal and be sticking a thorn in Trump's side over here. But all the whole time over here at Fox, he created this. I feel like he's like Frankenstein. Like, he's like, I created a monster, and now it's out of control, and now I got to do something about it. And so that's why he's got the Wall Street Journal on him. But it's like, it's too late, bro. You spent 20 years making this happen. I remember when Fox News, it was always, you could tell, it was a right wing, but it was still news. Most of the time it was news. Pretty much news. I mean, in daytime it was straight news until like 6 o'clock at night, and then it became like Hannity and shit. But you know what those shows are. But their news in the daytime used to be pretty straight. It ain't no more. It's propaganda 24 hours a day. It's nut licking from the sunrise to the sunset. Pathetic, groveling nut licking of the highest order, and slanted and sometimes false stories. Some of these things can't even call a story. They just look for like an immigrant to do something. They go, look, an immigrant did something. And they run with it like all day long. All day. It's hilarious. Will Kane, that fucking piece of shit. He was trying to go after Mom Donnie the other day about something he said, years ago that was on tape. And he was like, you gotta talk about the we got the receipts right here. You know, you can't say you didn't say that. It's like, did you say Trump didn't say shit he says on tape every fucking day? Every day. If you don't go to Trump, we got the receipts. Like, no, you don't. You know why? Because you're a groveling, nut-licking piece of shit. Propaganda artist. That's what you are. That suit and tie on, I said fucking Fox News, you know, it's news. Like, this is not news. Anyone says anything bad about Trump on Will Kane's show, Will Kane's face looks like somebody just kicked him in the balls. Like, like that's how pathetic of a nutlicker this guy is. Yeah. Oh, you can't say that about President Trump. It's like, yes, I can. And I can say it about you too, you fucking groveling piece of shit. It's like, who the fuck is Will Kane anyway? It's like, I still don't know. All these people, where do they come from? Where did Hegseth come from? Where did J.D. Vance come from? They disappear out of nowhere. It's like, it's like they got some kind of fucking Nazi machine. They just put... throw in a bunch of hate and bullshit and pull a lever and one of these fucks pops out. It's like, give them a show. Fox News primetime. It's like, Jesse Waters talking all day. It's like, who the fuck is Jesse Waters? And he was doing that shit again yesterday. It was some kind of rule. It's a rule for men. Men gotta control their emotions, what he said. It's like, are you fucking serious that you worship Donald Trump? The most emotional man on the planet? A man who's tweeting manically every fucking 35 seconds about anything that offends him. You're like, real men control their emotions. Who the fuck is Jesse Waters to be talking about what this is what real men do? It's like, dude, you sit behind a desk on Fox News and lick another man's balls every night. It's like, you might as well be a gay porn actor. So much nut licking going on. Into my alpha males that call another man daddy and talk about how Daddy Trump has strength that you don't understand. It's like, dude, you're fucking... That's the most homophobic shit I've ever... Not homophobic, but like homoerotic. He's like, oh, I love Daddy Trump. It's like, dude, you're fucking gay. Not to mention that, he's a fucking creep, bro. He told this story himself. You know how Jesse Waters met his wife? He thought she was hot, so he went out in the parking lot and let the air out of her tire. So, and then waited, which is kind of like stalking, really. And then when she came out to the car and was like, oh no, I got a flat tire, he disappeared like, oh, you have a problem with your tire? Let me fix that for you. What's your name? Dude, that's creepy as fuck. So who the fuck are you to tell anybody how to be? You're a creep. Like I said, approaching stalker who's covering up for a pedophile. Jesse Waters, prime time. Who you also call daddy. Yes, the whole mega thing is creepy, bro. It's creepy as fuck. Oh, and guess what? Guess what happened? One of Chris Christie's aides, pedophilia. I mean, I can't remember where. In Minnesota, I think it was. No, that's a separate story. But Chris Christie, aide, was convicted of pedophilia. And then a Minnesota jury sent another GOP donor, major GOP donor, sex trafficking. Why does it seem like the Republican Party is surrounded by pedophiles and sex traffickers? I don't know, but seems like that way to me, because that's what I said about these people. Vehemently against anything like that. Like, you know how they say the most like anti-gay guy is really sucking dicks, somewhere in secret. And he's like, I hate the gays. And he's like, it's cover for themselves. Yeah, I hate pedophiles. He's got like a secret room in his house with all the kiddie porn and stash. It's like they're fucking, like I said. It's a mind fuck. It's a gaslight, the whole thing. So it's just like they say, what's buffering? YouTube? Or Twitch? Or I don't even know anymore. You just like chime in. Possibly. I don't even know how to do it. Anyway. It's just like I said, they are what they accuse everybody of being. It's a cover. It's the biggest gaslight you've ever seen. And their leader, same thing. Biggest fucking piece of shit you ever seen. President Pussy Grabber. It's unbelievable. And still, people are like, we can't look into this too much. It's like, it doesn't make any sense, man. We are in a bad spot. And then we still got 3.5 years to go. And tariffs are kicking in tomorrow. So buckle up. I predict in a month or two, these fucks that were groveling around talking about taking a victory lap about how there ain't no recession, they're going to be fucking eating their words because these prices are going up. Right? What if it does? I'll look into it as soon as I fucking get off here, which I am about to do. Anyway, I saw Superman the other night. It's very good. Not woke at all. I don't know what the fucking like. It's woke. And thank God, somebody finally made a superhero movie where they were like, I think everybody knows who Superman is, so we don't got to go through the whole fucking backstory of his planet and the crashing into the ship in Kansas and everybody knows about that. It's like, just make a movie about Superman, and they did. It was good. I said I didn't find it woke. I mean, Superman's whole thing has always been like, be a good person. You're right. Be a good guy. That's it. Yes, but as soon as anybody says that prices are going up because of the tariffs, here comes the true social. Goddamn Walmart. It's unbelievable. Thank you for your attention to this matter. That's what he's always saying after his tweets. No matter what he's tweeting about. Thank you for your attention to the matter. Questel. Online there are people trying to say it was woke. It's woke. Because like I said, Superman's whole thing has always been he's a decent guy, and that's his whole fucking persona. He's the all-American decent guy who was raised by Midwestern parents in Kansas, and they instilled in him, good values, to be a good person, and to always do good, and that's his whole thing. People are like, woke! And then he's an alien, he's like, I'm an alien. We gotta accept this alien. That's woke. Yeah, but he saved the world. Ah, he's here illegally. Send him to alligator Alcatraz. There are people here in this country who are that fucking miserable and hateful that they find this entertaining. Nancy Mace. I don't know if you know who that is. She's this bitch from fucking South Carolina. She's like South Carolina's Marjorie Greene. Only somehow she's worse than Marjorie Greene. She's a despicable human being. She says, I like to watch for fun. Go on YouTube and watch immigrants being arrested at their hearings. That's what she does for fun. It's like, oh, I can't imagine. Why every relationship you've ever had has been fucking god awful and ended in like lawsuits and divorce. Because you are a fucking horrible bitch. It's like, you're not even a human being at that point. It's like people that talk about war porn. You ever heard that? It's a thing. It's on YouTube, and where people go and look out like footage from wars, watch people get killed. It's called war porn. You're right, dude. If you're watching that, you're a soulless piece of shit. You got no hope for it. You're horrible. You're a horrible human being. You should just hang it up now. Because humanity would be better off without your presence. And I don't mean that in the way it sounds, but I'm just saying, go away. Leave me the fuck alone. It's like, that's what I always say about conservatives. You ever seen a happy conservative? When's the last time you see a conservative say they enjoyed something or they loved life? All they do is get up and complain. It's like, ah! The world isn't the way I want. I don't feel superior anymore. Yeah, because you're an asshole. And you never were superior. You're not really a conservative, John. Not like these fucks. Yeah, she's horrible. Anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. Let it go. Hopefully this fucking pimple that appeared on my forehead will go away by the time I come back. I'll be back on Saturday, 6 o'clock as usual. Like I said, I don't know if you can see me on Twitch, but if you can, and I said chime in next time, say something. I'm gonna investigate this situation, see what's up with it. And I love all you guys that hang out with me every other day. Like, I appreciate it. Really, and without you, we wouldn't. I'd probably have already stopped doing this show. You make it fun, so thank you. And I'll be back Saturday at 6 o'clock. I am Bruce Leonard. This is Bruce Leonard Leans Left. Thank God football season's here. And I'm sorry, but I said when football season actually starts on Tuesdays, we will be talking about football. So I can't. Not the whole show, but there will be at least a recap of the games that have occurred that weekend. And then we'll get into the other show. I love you guys. Thank you so much. We're going to get out of here. I'll be back Saturday, 6 p.m.